Hey everyone, we're catching up on a Gen Con backlog, so you may see some quick looks here of some things that have been out for a little while. This one happens to be Guild of Dungeoneering, which is the game I played most at Gen Con, I would believe, when I wasn't out on the floor. When I was in my room, I was playing Guild of Dungeoneering almost exclusively. This game has you doing a bit of a roguelike and a bit of systems management. You'll have a guild of different dungeoneers, which you can send on different missions. They all have different abilities, different decks, starting decks, which you will add to throughout a mission. On top of that, you can also expand your guild to add new abilities and new types of dungeoneers. So as you play through the game, you'll earn money which you can use to unlock these different types. And each plays really differently and brings a lot to the table. Overall, this game feels a lot like Dream Quest to me, which in the words of Nicolas Cage is high praise. The bulk of the game is played by on one phase, laying up to 3 cards down, which you use to build the dungeon, place enemies for you to fight, and treasure for you to collect, and then encountering what you've laid down. The battles are basically turn-based battles where you each select a card. You do get to see the enemy's card in advance, so you can react to it. There's many different mechanics that come out in these cards, like the ability to block, the ability to respond to different attacks, and others. There's really a lot of nuance as you get into the more difficult dungeons. Guild of Dungeoneering is by far one of my most played games in the last couple months. It really has a ton of content, and it's really much like a board game. Sure, you could maybe recreate this entirely on the tabletop, but there's a ton that you can latch onto. The deck building really makes you make some tough choices as you change out equipment, which affects your deck. You decide, well, do I want these cards or those cards? Do I want this really strong weapon that also gives me these cards that make me unable to attack for a turn? So those are always considerations that you have to have, and this game is full of really interesting choices and a lot of fun gameplay. We really recommend checking this one out. I think that you'll find yourself lost in it for a while, which I think is a good thing.